Yo, what's up, guys? Audio and today, man, I got more NBA breaking news. As according to Shams, we have an early morning, not blockbuster, but a deal that is very, very urgent to say the least. So the Bucks are trading away Khris Middleton, Bucks legend, AJ Johnson, their first round pick from literally this season, who has a combined less than 50 minutes and was a first round pick. And didn't he average less than like 5 points a game overseas, and they took a chance on him and they really haven't played him. And most of his minutes were literally last game, which was like 23 minutes, where he played all right from what it looks like. And a pick swap, which I believe is a first round pick swap to the Wizards for Kyle Kuzma, Patrick Baldwin Jr., and second round draft compensation. Now, for basketball purposes, in my opinion, going from Khris Middleton, even in the year 2025, to Kyle Kuzma is a downgrade. Kyle Kuzma's having the worst shooting season of his NBA career, and Middleton, albeit has been injured a ton, he's having a really efficient season in his limited action. Kyle Kuzma this season, 32 games played. Khris Middleton this season, 23 games played. They've both missed a chunk of time this season. I get it for other reasons like financials, but just pure on basketball, in my opinion, going from Middleton to Kyle Kuzma is a downgrade. Now, I did see a tweet, I believe it was from like Bobby Mark, something like that. I'll get into that as soon as I get okay, so another tweet from Bobby Marks as well as I'm looking into this. To help Milwaukee build out their roster in the future, the roster now and in the future, Kyle Kuzma is reducing a portion of the trade bonus in his contract. I'll just tell ESPN. The reduced trade bonus allows Milwaukee to remain below the second apron. Kuzma won a championship with the Lakers in 2020. So just like AD, Kuzma's also waiving a portion of his trade kicker, like AD, who waived the entirety of the $6 million because the colossal loss of Luka Doncic in that trade, which I still can't believe to this day. A couple days later, Saturday now is what, Wednesday? My God, time flies. But yeah, with this trade, the Bucks are officially below the second apron. Let's just take a quick look at, what was it? Let me just quickly look at each of their contracts. I know Middleton just had a contract extension. I want to say last offseason, if I'm not mistaken. So Khris Middleton currently is signed to a 3-year deal for $93 million. He's in the second year of that contract, making 31.6. Is ascending from 29 and 31 to next to me in 34, which is a player option. So he doesn't have a trade bonus or trade kicker in his, as I'm looking at it here. So he has a year and a half left. I want to see what happens with Middleton. I don't really think when you have that much money on your books that you can be bought out. So Middleton's just gonna chill in Washington and be a vet to that team, I guess. I mean, that was really Kuzma's job, and Kuzma apparently didn't want to be that vet. He didn't want to help the further development of the guys. He wanted to go ahead and a shot chuck and be inefficient and things like that. Looking at Kuzma, he's on a 4-year deal for $90 million. I mean, it's extremely it's actually a descending of from 25, 23, 21, 19. So it's really team friendly, especially compared to Middleton. But you have to hope that Kuzma can bounce back. I mean, he's really never been a good 3-point shooter overall. He's just not efficient. He hasn't been efficient for a while. I mean, if this is Kuzma for like 2 years ago, maybe I would probably be more hyped up if he went to the Bucks or another contending team. But it's just not efficient, and he can be kind of like a Swiss Army guy. You feel he can do a couple of things. I mean, he thinks he's a better playmaker than he is. He can rebound the basketball. He can shoot like league average from 3. He doesn't really do anything great, but he does a couple of things decently well, which is like, I guess. So as you can tell, I'm not the biggest fan of Kyle Kuzma in the year 2025. So this trade doesn't really move me to be quite frank, if we're just being honest here. But looking like Kuzma this season, he's putting up like 15, 6, and 2. He's one of the league's most inefficient players with a 48.8% true shooting percentage. He has a 28.1% three-point percentage. Like, this is why I'm not intrigued by Kyle Kuzma. He is one of the most inefficient players in basketball. Above the break threes, 25.5%. Midi, 29.5%. Non-paint rim, 38.3%. Now, he is above average at the rim, 67.3%. From the right corner, he is shooting 12.5%. From the left corner, he is shooting well at 53.3%. But my brother in Christ, like, this is just not it, man. This is just the second apron, man. CJ McCollum and Grant Williams are ruining the NBA with the second apron. Let's take a quick look at Middleton. Middleton this season, in his limited 23 games, about 13, 4, and 4. 62.7% true shooting. Absolutely phenomenal, which is in the 85th percentile. He's shooting around 4 threes a game and knocking down about 41% of them, which is in the 86th percentile. And look at Middleton. When he plays, he's efficient. He's had a couple of 20-point games, but he'll also come back and just come at you with, a 0-point game. I mean, he's coming off that double ankle surgery. He's not always going to be the most consistent player, but Middleton, at least when he's on the court, is an efficient player. Kuzma, when he's on the court, is anything but efficient. Like, Middleton, above the break threes, 41.7%. The midi for K midi is still money, knocking down 54.7% of his middies. Non-paint rim, 65.8%. At the rim, below average though, at 56.5%. Right corner threes, 1 for 4. Left corner threes, 4 for 10. So really just above the break threes and the midi. That is where Khris Middleton, even in the year 2025, is still making the most of his game. That's still his bread and butter, the above the break threes and the mid-range jump shots. And who else is also in this deal? I believe AJ Johnson, who, like I mentioned, was just a part of the draft class for the Bucks and hasn't really gotten too much clock, and now he's just, interestingly enough, just given up on already. I mean, I guess. And I don't know why. Probably made this the thumbnail for the video, but Shams has made this like big 3 graphic with Giannis, Kuzma, and Dame. I don't want to hear anybody talk about this trade like it was a big 3. Like, Kyle Kuzma is a role player. He's not a big 3. Like, can we be serious? Like, this is just, I feel like I'm losing my mind. So I also said Patrick Baldwin is going to the Bucks. Jesus Christ, man. Apparently the Bucks are under the second apron now. I'm seeing people tweet out that they can still go out and make a package offer for my Miami Heat for Jimmy Butler. I'm like, are y'all mentally stable? What do they say? Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, Marjon Beauchamp, and I would hope a first round pick, but my brother in Christ, man, this shit stinks. And the Bucks are, like I mentioned, they're doing a draft pick swap. So the Wizards will also, as according to my guy Chris Haynes, let me go ahead and show you guys this. The Wizards will also receive a 2028 first round draft pick swap, and the Bucks will get the most favorable second round pick from the Wizards. I guess they have multiple second round picks, and I just think the most favorable. So all in all, Kuzma is a Buck. K Midi is a Wizard. Definitely going to be intrigued to see Middleton on the Wizards because he's coming off the bench for the Bucks. But Kuzma was starting for the Wizards, so I'm guessing Middleton's going to start, even though Kispert's still there. You got Bilal Coulibaly, you got Keaton George, you got an abundance of wings there, and just have K Midi for maybe you can build up a trade value and trade him next year. Maybe he's definitely not going to decline his player option. He's not going to get like $30 million going off double ankle surgery and missing a lot of time this season. And you feel me, but It's just, this is all because of the second apron, man. When Middleton's been healthy, he's been good. When Kuzma's been healthy, he's been anything but good. So, and I also did see as well, apparently Giannis like signed off on his trade for the Bucks, which I find hysterical because it's like obviously, why would they do that? Like Middleton and Drew Holiday traded in the last couple of seasons is definitely interesting to say the least. It's like, they just won a ring not too long ago, and now like they're all like broken up, and it's like tough. Okay, I was trying to look for this tweet. I think NBA Central I put it out. I don't know what was going on there. I'm looking right now. The Warriors have discussed trading Draymond Green. It's been 100% discussed internally. Alright, bro. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Okay, so according to Jake Fisher, Giannis Antetokounmpo supported the Kyle Kuzma acquisition. I don't know if Giannis has been doing film on 2025 Kuzma or what, but whatever. Good PR, I guess, brother. And according to David Aldridge, we have a good quote right here. I'm not gonna click on the photo. I'll just click on this. I can see that right there. The Bucks did extensive research on Kyle Kuzma and believe his talents will help them play fast. I did remember hearing about them. They were really interested in Kuzma. They were pushing hard for him. I thought it was a troll, to be quite frank, because it's the year 2025. People are going hard for Kuzma. I'm like, okay, whatever. Kuzma's like 6'9", 6'10". A rebounder. Like I mentioned, you can do a bunch of things. Not anything great, so whatever. The 6'9" Kuzma goes to a Bucks team with an established pecking order with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard in the key roles. The league source told The Athletic that the Bucks did extensive research on Kuzma in recent days, and team officials believe Kuzma can help them play fast on offense and be more effective in transition. Whatever you gotta say for that PR, brother, because we know y'all did this goal in the second April. Let's be fucking for real now. Kuzma doesn't have to be one of the high options. He can be the third option. He'll have an abundance of catch and shoot opportunities. He'll definitely start at the... Is Kuzma starting at the 3? I mean, I guess 6'9". He can start at the 3, 6'9", 6'10". They'll have, Dame at the 1. Are they still going to start Ajax, or they start Trent for spacing purposes? Because Kuzma, at his best, is like a league average 3-point shooter. So is it Dame, Ajax, Kuzma, Giannis, Brook Lopez, and you still have guys that you probably want to trade and Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton and maybe Marjon Beauchamp. I believe they also have picks as well, because they only did a draft pick swap with the Wizards instead of giving up a first, even though they don't think that they'll convey that, because the Wizards will probably be worse than them in 2028. Anything can happen in the NBA. Luka just got traded to the Lakers for AD and Max Christie. By the way, shout out to Max Christie. He had a really good debut. He made all of his threes. Now, he did miss a couple layups, and Maxey was doing his thug thistle on him. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, pretty meh trade overall. Just Bucks trying to go in their second apron. I mean, hopefully be something bigger than this. But yeah, whatever. But yeah. Other than that, yo, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub button, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and to my boy John. Hopefully you guys did the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.